Autism is a disorder that is often stereotyped and misinterpreted by many, and one that's important to understand as there exist millions of people on the spectrum. Thankfully, we're seeing more of a push to educate people about what autism is. One recent example is the documentary Life Animated, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival and was subsequently nominated for an Oscar. Telling the story of Owen Suskind, the film highlights one young autistic man and how he was able to use Disney animated films to overcome a loss of speech at an early age. With April being Autism Awareness Month, it's fitting I highlight this incredible story and great documentary. What's key to the success of Life Animated is it showcases Owen's day-to-day life, along with the way Disney has affected his life. Through the course of the film's 90 minutes, we get to know Owen and how these Disney films were able to get him to speak again. What struck me about Life Animated as I was watching it was that it wasn't heavily reliant on clips. Director Roger Ross Williams only utilizes them to tie into and expand on what the interview subjects are saying. It would have been easy to just make the documentary into a celebration of Disney, and while they are an important element of Owen's life, Williams does not make that the primary focus. Owen is the film's subject, not Disney, so we don't get a lot of inspirational montages of Disney movies, nor interviews of the Disney filmmakers, or head honchos like Michael Eisner and Bob Iger talking about the power of Disney animation. There's a part in the film where Jonathan Freeman and Gilbert Gottfried, the voice actors of Jafar and Iago from Aladdin, pay a visit to Owen's Disney Club. And yet the documentary manages to avoid interviews of them talking about how amazing and inspirational their work on Aladdin is. Because it's not about the movies, but rather about how Owen connects and learns from them. Owen goes through many of the same worries, heartbreaks, and uncertainties that everyone experiences from time to time. Part of this is shown through the camera crew following him around as he goes to school and eventually moves into his own home. We see his relationships with other people grow and change in the course of the film, most prominently with his supportive older brother and girlfriend Emily. And Roger Ross Williams keeps his distance. We don't hear his voice and only briefly see him on camera. While a couple of the symbolic movie viewings feel specifically chosen for that moment, who's to say Owen did not feel those films were a fitting match for what he's feeling at that time? Owen has a keen sense when it comes to analyzing what Disney films he's watching are saying. This is most obvious when he sets up at Disney Club and he discusses what the movies might be exploring. Owen generally comes across as someone you would want to talk about cinema or Disney or animation with. You can tell the passion he has for this material and why these films are so personal to him. Life Animated also explores Owen Suskind's history through beautifully animated sequences that accompany the interview segments. Pairing old video footage with these animated portions gives the proper context for the struggles he dealt with and how he was able to overcome them. It's clear that the Disney characters Owen most connects with are the sidekicks, and this is highlighted through a journal full of writing and artwork that is nicely brought to life by the artists at MacGuff. It's important to remember that Life Animated is primarily about Owen Suskind. Every autistic person is unique in their own way. Owen uses Disney as an aid to help him in his life, but for somebody else with autism, they might use sculpting, or Lego, or video games, or comic books, or cosplay, or building model cars. Life Animated succeeds because it manages to strip away some of the things people might assume about autism and works as a great educational tool for those of us who are not entirely familiar with the disorder and might even inspire someone to seek out more information about what it is. For this Autism Awareness Month, Life Animated is recommended viewing. See you next time.